Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody.
Oh, gosh.
What? I can't.
Be yourself.
I'm trying. You don't know that I'm a woman of God. I'm a woman of God. This is how women of God introduce themselves. Good evening. They're at. I'm done. Okay. Now I'm playing. Hi, everyone. I'm Racma. Shout out to y'all in Conversations with Liv.
Well,
Is this the name of it?
this is the name of it, but you know my name. It's Olivia. What do you do, Racma?
Well, I do a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I own a business.
Yep.
It's a startup. It's a small business. I'm looking to grow that now that I've put my life together and I'm posting on socials. Check me out, Racma's Kitchen.
I'll put your at somewhere.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
If you haven't seen me post a feed already, then you're missing out. It's the Balm Diggity.
Thank you.
And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb, or so I can say it, or something like that. Anyway.
I'm already done.
Today, I'm here with Racma to discuss pet peeves and boundaries. Now, don't ask how the two collide together, they don't, but I just thought it would be a good discussion. So, what is a pet peeve, Rax?
Anything that pisses you off.
Okay.
But isn't like full-blown irritating.
Okay.
It's just like mildly
Like annoying?
annoying, yeah.
Alright, cool.
So for me, I've got a lot, but we'll start off with like slow drivers.
Okay.
And I don't mean driving speed limit. Why are you crawling on a 30 miles an hour road? Like, get off the road. You're the reason why accidents happen.
I mean, that's a bit extreme, but I'm a
But they
bus run
are.
car, so I don't really know how this is
Exactly.
about. So.
Cyclists and the stupid decisions they make is why they die.
Okay, that one I agree with. Not that that's why they die, but
That is why.
I do agree that cyclists can be a bit like they think they're above the law. Like everyone stopped, but you're still going.
Yeah.
It's a bit confusing.
And you're here weaving weaving through cars that are moving, like, and you're on a flimsy bike.
Moving behind buses.
People are overtaking buses, big man buses.
Yeah, but then if
Coaches.
if you not hit the bike, sorry,
Wait.
you're in the wrong. So they know what they're doing. It's like me antagonizing
when
you,
you
knowing that
die-
I'm not gonna get in trouble. That's exactly what it is.
Here's the thing. It's funny when it's like, oh, nothing can happen to me, but you could die. Like, is that a risk you want to take?
But I'm hoping with them thinking they're above the law and that they can do what they want, it's part of the risk. Like,
they're okay with it. I think it's that superhuman feelings, thinking like, yeah, I'm just
that nothing could happen to me. Yeah, until it happens to you.
And then now you're 25 and you've got broken bones and we're cleaning you in the hospitals.
Oof.
That's what I do, guys. I also work for the NHS.
So you really have this vendetta deep in your heart against cyclists?
I have it. No, like, because they come there for stupid reasons. I'm just like, we have to look after you, and you're just an idiot. But anywho, honestly, I don't know how people do it long term. This NHS thing.
You know what? I think people that work in the NHS or in healthcare in general, I hope, and I say the same thing for education, you have a passion for the people that you're working with. Hence why you're there for a long time and not for the bag. If you're there for the bag, you're not going to give a good enough service. And I don't care what anyone else has to say.
And that's what Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Oh, okay. So, health and education are not things to be played with. Do it with a passion. But anyway, that's not what this is about. What's your next pet peeve?
My next pet peeve. So here's the thing. I'm Sierra Leonean, right? We use a lot of onions in cooking. Anything. You know when people... Caribbean people do this a lot and it really irritates me.
Oh, she really said names. Okay.
Nah, I'm going to start. Yeah, I'm going to talk about Nigerians next. If you got
I expected that one.
Yeah, but that's because I have a personal... I have a thing about Nigerians. You guys will figure it out. Yeah, Caribbean people add raw onions right at the end of their meal. You've boiled the oxtail for 4 hours and then you're going to add raw onion with that strong scent at the end of the meal. And you think that's okay?
That's how their nan taught them how to cook.
Yeah, but sometimes your nan didn't have the best idea. Like, your nan didn't have a world view. It's the same thing with, like... But am I lying? Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to like fry the onions at the beginning or anything. You might not be into that. However, if you put the onions, I'm not saying the sweet peppers or anything, the onions, because onions they're my favorite vegetable. They're so versatile. But if you do them wrong, it's just gross.
No, I understand. Like if it's that one thing that if it's raw, you taste it.
Yeah.
And you smell it.
And it's like when you put a raw onion in an oxtail that's been boiling for 4 hours, and then you steam it up for 30 minutes and you expect it to be done. Come on, man. You're irritating me.
You know what though? To each his own, isn't it? That's all. That's
but that's a personal thing because I'm Sierra Leone and we use quite a lot of onion. I just wish they would use it at the beginning. Obviously, Nigerians refuse to use onions. I don't know if they're allowed to, but hey ho. That's a pet peeve. You know the other thing about onions. I'm talking a lot about onions, but it really, really aggravates me. And I see this on Instagram all the time, and it just makes my skin crawl. You know when you're making like lasagna or you're making like meat pie, and you have to brown meat.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you browning the meat and then you're adding the onions to the brown meat? You're not gonna let the onions get fragrant.
You know what?
Like the things that you would use that you're adding as components for flavor, you're not allowing them to become flavorful, and then you want it to be flavorsome.
I understand what you mean. But again, to each his own, because when it comes to the kitchen, everyone does their own thing. There's no set way.
There's definitely not.
But with that one right there, I understand what you mean, because I don't understand.
Because I never get it. I'm just like, and especially when it comes to browning meat, like I banter about the Nigerian thing. That's honestly all a joke. That's just I have a thing about Nigerians. I like making fun of them. However, I don't understand like the browning meat. Forget the Caribbean people and the oxtail and stuff. You're browning meat. You're adding peppers and onions to add flavor. However, these things need to saute and cook for a while. Because when you've added it to like cooked meat, it's steaming. It's no longer frying. It cannot saute. You're not bringing it out. It's fragrant. Like that's no longer its purpose in this part of the meal. But then
maybe it's not for flavor. Maybe it's for colour.
Onions. You're gonna use onions for colour.
I read one. I'm trying to think of what the reason. Like when they asked what was the reason, maybe it was for colour.
Them ones. Like here's to each your own. Let me mind my business. So.
That's what we have to do.
As long as I never have to eat that.
Okay. I mean, you make lovely food, so you don't have to subject yourself to the torture of other things.
Those are a couple of my pet peeves. Go ahead. Let me know what's some of yours. Hit me with.
Me? Okay. So one, I think that's it's very, very petty, and it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me because I don't like it when people are like chewing gum and then they're also eating and drinking at the same time. I don't get it. I don't want to get it. I think it's disgusting, and I can't say anything because it's your mouth and it's your life. But
I get you. As somebody that doesn't chew gum,
yeah. So it grinds my gears.
It's just like, ugh. Even just watching Peeves, there are people I've never chewed gum because of the way people look when they chew gum.
Oh,
right. They just look like cows. You know, like when a cow is just like moving their mouth.
But then that's another one. When people eat with their mouths open. Like, okay, I'm not saying you need to keep your mouth closed. I mean, I do, but you don't have to be like me. But you can just eat a bit with some etiquette, you know.
Mm-hmm. I get you.
Because people are watching you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like, dude.
It's not.
I don't need to see
pretty.
all of that in there.
Like, I'm eating the same thing you're eating. I don't need to see it in your mouth. So
I'm thinking about it now. It's making.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But that was one of the light-hearted ones. Then I think this is my top pet peeve, like, of all time, is over familiarity. When people get too comfortable with you and they barely know you. Like, for me, if you meet me, you may say I'm friendly, you may say I'm not, up to you, but I will speak to you. And from that conversation, you don't know who I am. But yet, you'll come and tell me something like, oh, and you do this because you're like this. But you met me last week. What do you mean?
Chill out.
Like from your observations, and I get it, people observe people, but I'm not going to make a grand judgment on you over like a couple of interactions. Like it'll be like probably like years. Like I've known you for like probably 5 years now, but like
probably more than that. We met when we were like 18.
Yeah.
Like 18 or 19?
Ooh,
18.
Could be 16. 6 years then, sorry. Yeah, so but I wouldn't make a judgment on you like on that first. But like probably I'd be like, I know you more now, like maybe like last year or last 2 years, rather than me be like, you know what, I know who Racma is. Like you can't just make those judgments. But for me, it will make me look at you like, are you actually okay? Like, what is wrong with you? But then that leads to my next one. When people just talk without making any research. Now,
if you guys can see her,
no,
her blood boiling.
I'm trying not to be so emotional, but I'm just thinking of like things people have said, and it's like the internet is free. If you're WhatsApping me or you're iMessaging me or telling me something on Snapchat, you could have used that data to go and find out something without just talking. But you just said, let me just open my mouth and just spew, just talk, because what? I have a mouth to speak, it's free. No, I'm putting an end to it. I mean, I'm not, do what you want, but it's like, that's the second one. After Familiarity, it's just talking without any kind of research.
No, I agree with both of those.
Let me breathe.
Like, I feel like men, especially older men, do this.
Because they've seen the world, innit?
And they want to show you.
They're seasoned.
They want to show you.
And change your life.
And that's not even that one that met me in the street and said, I'm going to upgrade you. I'm going to upgrade your life.
The one that helped design the Olympic Stadium one.
My man did not know where he lived. He was pointing to different blocks of
He got lost. The thing is, where you guys were is, everything looks the same. So you got to be confused.
A man said, yeah, I live there. Then he said, I live there. I said, which one do you live in?
Actually, he probably lived in all of them buildings. Who are you to tell me then?
Rich. He's a short caller. But it's men like that, that will take you out on, like, the first 4 dates or so will be the most lavish.
Picking you up.
Dropping
you home.
And then that 5th one, and you realise...
Can you not make your own way? Every time you're calling me, you don't know that I'm tired. Eh? Did I call you to come and toast me, or did you come and toast me in your own free will?
Said, I will change your life. That level of arrogance, I should have given him my number just to ruin his life.
I'm willing, I want someone to tell me they will change my life and to actually do it, just so I can prove wrong. Because nobody has told me they're going to change my life, and they've actually applied it.
And do it positively as well. They could change your life in the negative way.
But even that one I can accept. But like, ooh. This is cool. Like I'm up for a challenge. Like I'm only 23. If you ruin my life now, I have some time to make up for it.
Yeah, your time. Yeah, every day I talk to you, and this girl and I speak regularly.
You learn something new.
I realised that she's a mad woman.
No, but I tell people this. Like, I'm a serious person, but I don't take life seriously.
That's the same. So, I think that's why we're such good friends.
So I'm serious in, like, I want to do well in life. I have my head screwed on. But when you speak to me, 90% of the time,
vibes.
It will be utter rubbish.
Vibes.
Just take it as you wish.
So vibes.
So what I'm saying, 23 ruined my life. Yeah, I'll add it to the book. How is the biography going to pop if it doesn't have any good chapters?
Hey, my chest, my quest.
Oh, well, I just went to uni and I studied and it's boring, man. Tell us how he nearly killed you. That's what we want to know.
Oh, I've suffered. I think we both suffered, but...
You know, my suffering is different, because some of my suffering is self-inflicted.
I think a majority of mine, at the beginning, was, like, self-inflicted. But then, I think, middle to end, was just like...
mine...
I can't control this.
No, mine was defo, like, controllable. And then middle to end was, we're going for the gold.
Of self-infliction.
Yeah. Because when I reflect back, I'm like, hey, man, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do all that. But here we are to tell the tale. I did die. You'll read the chapter one day, maybe.
In the memoir.
But do you have any more pet peeves?
What other ones? Go back to my notes. You know those people that are just super patronising for no reason?
Yeah, I I don't hang around. I like if you like, depending on where I'm. If I have no choice, like at work, if I have like a patronizing like manager or a senior member of staff, I will just try and not speak to you as much as possible because I don't want to cuss you out. Because there's no need for this.
And the thing with me is like I'm the type where if I'm at work, especially at the hospital, obviously with my business, I run it myself. But if I'm at the hospital, I meet someone like that, I'll just sit there and not do what you've asked me to do. Like, and one lady called the site manager on me the other night. I think it was Sunday night. She asked me to do something. I was like, "This is not what they do here." I think she's newly qualified. So she was like, "I'm telling you to do this, and I'm your superior." I was like, "Okay, go and do it if you want to do it, but you see me doing it." And then she went and called the site manager. He came. I was like, "You're wasting this man's time."
But
He came and chatted to me, and then Donnie was like, "Oh, yeah, da da da." She was like, "Yeah, I want you to do all of this. It's not happening. I'm so sorry. Like, I don't need to listen to you." It's not even a thing of like, I get there's a
level of like there's hierarchy, but there's still a thing of don't make me work through threats, and don't talk like I'm stupid.
Here's the thing, like, forget the threats. I'm in a position where it's like I'm almost making more money from my business than this job. Like, I don't need it. I'm here just biding time because of COVID. I will go home in the middle of the night. My car's parked out front. And I'm the type that will tell you, like, I told the site manager when she came, she was doing a madness. I was like, if you want me to go home, I'll go home. Like, right now I'm tired. I'm on my bed.
This is the thing. It's like, if you're in a place of one, so either you really needed the money, you would have done it without question. No.
I would still go home.
No.
Oh, God.
Let me tell you why. Not you, but like people that need money wouldn't have the level of thing of like, you know what, I can't talk bad to people because I need this job. But then there's also a case of, you know yourself to a level where there's no amount of money that will make you be subjected to such...
Yeah, because even before, like, when I was just working a job, you start talking... I'll tell you, I'll form Uber Babe for you and start telling you I don't feel safe in this workplace. And the thing is, I will tell you I don't feel safe here and I'm going home. What are you going to do to me?
The thing is, I've never done that to like my staff. I've done it to customers. I've definitely pulled that. Oh my
Me,
gosh.
it's the staff. You know, the worst staff in hospitals are black people.
Yeah, but we
Africans,
do it to ourselves.
Africans, especially Nigerian. You're gonna say it's
back again.
No. Oh my God. The ones I've had the worst experience with, like, even other Nigerians would be like, the worst experience I've had with other black people have been other Nigerians. Like, this is the madness. I'm not even trying to say it's a God Nigerians, yeah. They're rude people. Like, they can't take that away from them.
You know what? I think I would say for me, working with them, I think it's like a power trip. And because there's more of them, there tend to be a lot of them in higher positions of power. It's that power trip added on with that sense of already they think they're top tier. Again, their confidence, take it as you wish. You either love it or you don't. When you add those two together, you're not going to get a very good outcome.
It's very difficult. But anyway, I've got mad love and respect for Nigerians in it. I don't want this whole episode to just be like, I'm gunning on them. I've got mad love and respect. I can tell you as many good things about them as the things that I don't like.
Serious? I rarely hear that.
On God. I admire their work ethic. I admire how confident they are as people. I don't like it, but I admire it. There are lots of things that I admire. Like their constant strive for excellence. Yeah. Even if it's at the expense of like your well-being, I admire it. Again, I'm not saying that I like it. I'm saying like these things are admirable traits. Like if it was rational,
not for you.
If they were like more rational,
if they
did it in like a more rational way, or in a healthier way, in a more effective way, I would definitely apply them. So I apply work ethic into my life, but I don't think the way in which they do it with the force.
No, I think everyone has a different way for themselves, because I wouldn't, I like to rest and I like to enjoy myself. To kill myself money, no. Do I work hard? Yeah, but I will not die.
Exactly.
Not for a pound coin. Sorry.
And it's not worth it, because if there's one thing that I think I really like this year, 23, so last year, last summer, was really like taking that time out and just really enjoying it. Because I think that was the first summer that I really just, outside of not being able to go on holiday, because most summers I'm out of the country, I just took that summer out and I really lived large.
You opened your eyes to the good
I
life.
really partied. I enjoyed.
You see,
I was out and about. I did summer loving. I did the most. I did summer loving.
I mean, summer 2020.
Summer 2020.
It was
iconic.
It was a good one. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
don't think I've had a summer that good.
I think the last one probably was like, for me, maybe
2016.
Yeah, 2015, 2016.
16 was an epic year.
I did like 2019 though, because uni was done, so I did go a bit all out. But 2020 was defo. Besides the pandemic, obviously.
Big ballers.
It wasn't even that I was balling. It's just, I just took.
I'm here to enjoy.
Yeah. But that's me. Like, tomorrow is not guaranteed. If enjoyment could be had, I will enjoy myself. But do you have any other pet peeves, or can I really just lay you on with my last two?
No, you go.
So, when people listen to respond but not listen to understand, just don't like, people are like, okay, do you feel comfortable talking to people about things, or do you feel like you can express yourself? I have no issue expressing myself, but I just know who to express myself to, or who I feel like will have the capacity to listen to me and actually listen. Or listen and also try to apply what I'm saying. So if you've done me wrong, I know I can tell you, and you will take time and be like, you know, where is she coming from, blah blah. But there's people that won't. Someone will waste my time, and those people I'm talking about, like, you could just be talking, really expressing yourself, and then at the end of like, but what do you mean though? But it wasn't. Was it that deep? Or sorry to point out, but are we gonna eat anything, or like just something random, like not anything you mentioned. Like, you write a paragraph. I mean I still write paragraphs, but I write a paragraph and then someone points out in that middle bit there, they're like, yeah, that's it, we're gonna answer. Forget the top, forget the bottom.
Why do men do that?
Women do it as well.
I've never had that experience with women.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but this is the thing, I don't hold men and women to different regards. Everyone's equally as mad.
But I've never had that experience with women.
But remember, you have more male friends.
Yeah. But even with my male friends, I've never experienced that with my male friends. I've always experienced
just
that
romantic
with,
partners.
Yeah, romantic.
But you.
And I thought I put this on silent, bro.
You know what it is? I think maybe you don't. Do you write paragraphs to your male friends?
To my male friends?
Yeah, like paragraphs expressing your feelings.
No.
Yeah, so that's why they've never done it to you. I will write a paragraph to my cousins, or to my friends, or to, not really, my sister, yeah, but usually there's a reason, or like people I'm romantically involved in. But I will never write a big paragraph to my male friends, because there's no need. There's nothing to say.
But not even like my female friends. I don't think I've ever written a paragraph to my female friends.
Maybe they're not done you dirty.
I don't think I've ever had a close girlfriend do me dirty. So yeah, I won't lie. No.
These are like, I'm talking.
The only people in my life that have done me dirty have been romantic partners. Being honest. You see, my friends, top notch human.
But we're all adults now, so these things I'm talking about, like paragraphs, are not really for my friends right now. They would be for a guy. But even up to now, I don't think I've written a paragraph for a guy in a long time, like a very long time. So I hope.
The last one I wrote was when I was 21. And that I buried a lot of things when I was 21, because I was like, yeah, you know what, this lady needs to die. You know that trend on Instagram when it was like, oh, she died, and then like the glow up, the glow up.
That's you.
That was me. Yeah, a lot of things died with that young lady.
I don't think, no. I think I still have it in me. I can still write your paragraph, but I think it's more what I think is like bothering me now. Like, there's a lot of things I used to think. So what I thought a relationship should be like was how I responded to things. So I genuinely thought, it's gonna sound really stupid, but I just thought it was part of the parcel. I thought you're meant to go and write paragraphs.
You know,
but I thought strife and sorrow was what was part of, because people like to say, okay, cool, when they're in the at the altar, after the ups and the down, for the good and the bad, through everything she stuck by me. Suffering is not compulsory with a relationship. You don't need to suffer to make sure your relationship is going to bang. You can be extremely happy, disagree, but to be like, we really went through it. Why?
Why are you going through?
Why?
Why are you going through the ringer? Why are you going to the
The
end of
thing
the
is,
world and back?
I'm a very small girl. Anything can take me out. So such stress like that, I don't know how I'm gonna cope. So I try not to put myself through that. So I'm like, okay, cool. I don't like it when men do X, Y, Z. Don't go for a man that does X, Y, Z. And then if you do, you just keep
But it's the truth.
quiet about it.
I 100% agree with you, because I think, like, with women growing up, you aren't taught to choose. Like, once I started choosing and I realized that I had the power to choose, like, when I allowed certain things to happen, I can't control you doing something.
No.
I can control the degree to which it hurts me, and the
And
degree
how
to
you
which
react.
I tolerate it,
Yeah.
and how I will react. And I can also choose to walk away, and that is my power. And if I give any of those things to you, that means I'm giving away my power. Once I deep that, your strength comes, because you're like, at this point, I know that it doesn't matter how in love I am, you start moving like you're a mad person, you can walk out. And there's
you can, not to say you walk out like willingly. They might have to knock you out first.
Oh, me, I'll go. Nobody's knocking me out.
But I told you I like a lot of spice, so
That's you. I like it mellow, mellow.
But no, I like, if I'm like, okay, I don't like a guy that's bad at communication, but I end up picking one somehow.
No, you just have to firm it.
Firm it. Hold it close to your chest.
Like,
and don't complain to people.
I think
because that was what you chose. Yeah. You know, this is not my pet peeve, but you know when someone wants something from you and they start asking, how's your mum? How are you? Just ask me. Just ask me.
That is another thing that really pisses me off. I forgot about that.
Like, but that's not even a pet peeve. That's a genuine dislike. Like, yo, you haven't chatted to me. You haven't spoken to me in years. You need a favor, just ask for the favor.
Exactly.
I won't be offended. Some people think there's people that want you to start smooshing and like asking about their lives, so you ask a favor. I'm not one of them. If you want something, just ask. I either say yes or no, and then move on from there. Same way, if I want something from you, 9 times out of 10, I'm not going to start asking about your well-being. I'll just ask you. If you don't respond, you don't respond. If you say no, you say no. What am I supposed to do? Like, the worst thing in life that anyone can ever do, tell you, is just no, and then you move on from there.
Exactly.
But the worst thing for me, like, my last pet peeve is like, somebody asked me to do something that I was already gonna do, but I think it has to do with my character. Like, my character's like, I know what I have to do already. You telling me to do it,
it's just pissing me off.
It's not gonna make me do it any faster. I probably won't do it now.
You know, on top of that, you see, when like people aren't self-aware enough to be able to know. Okay, so for example, like, I'm really good at saving, but I don't talk about saving unless like it comes up, and then somebody will come up and be like, "I hope you save," and you know, like 10 times, 100 times more about that topic than they do, but it's like they lack such self-awareness. Because the thing with me, I'm very good at knowing where my strengths and my weaknesses are. There are things that I would never talk about because I'm just like, that's not a strength of mine. I'm not like, I don't know enough about this. There are people that I go to for certain things. Like, I'll go to my brother for religion because I know that's his bag. Like, I'll go to Donnie for his things, like anything with hands, maths. That's his bag. But you can't, like, you need to be able to know the people around you and what their bag is.
Oh, for sure.
Some people now come in and be talking, like, you're coming here to talk to me about money and finance and giving me like these basic year 2 finance. But
then I think that also comes with them speaking on you without knowing who you are. That's that familiarity that I keep telling you about. Because me, I'm not going to come and tell you, Racma, come and save. I can't open my mouth. I can't come and ask you something about cooking when you do that on a daily basis. Like, there's just certain things I would never ask of you.
It's just
people. But that's again me not talking out of turn. That's the thing. People just tend to talk out of turn, and it's a bit like, can we not? Can we just stop?
It really irritates me. Properly irritates me so.
But then again, you have to try and avoid these people. But in life, you encounter different people. So now, segueing on, moving into boundaries.
Oh,
yay!
My bag.
How do we set ourselves up to a place where we're in a space where no one can penetrate into it and bother us spiritually, emotionally, mentally. How do you do it?
I think, I've always been a really, really boundary person. Like, because I'm so open, I've always had a good sense of boundaries since I was young. And that's why I beefed with my family a lot when I was growing up, because they didn't understand why I was setting boundaries as a child.
That's not
as
your
a teenager.
You don't have the right.
They didn't get it.
Who are you?
So for me, it was just the only place in my life for a period of time, I would say like a good 4 years between the age of like 17 and 21, that I didn't have boundaries, or I haven't had a good set of boundaries, was romantically, because I was really figuring it out. But past the age of 21, when I told you that young lady died, that shit was, we wheeled that shit back. Like, nah.
You came back to us.
I came back to senses. I started putting boundaries in place. Honestly, I learned that the fact that when it comes to boundaries, you have to realize that you are lovable and you are worthy, and it's okay to let go of people and things don't need to last forever. And once I really grasped that, especially because I grasped that in different aspects, but I found that really, really difficult to deal with in like romantic situations, because I really entered dating in terms of like, I'm supposed to be this way, and then I was very assertive in other aspects of my life, but I lacked assertiveness in that area.
You can be really assertive in everything, but when it comes to that love,
but it was dumbness.
No, it's dumbness, but at the same time, there's a level of vulnerability you need to be able to be in a romantic situation or a relationship or whatever, so that there's a bit that you can't control.
Yeah, but that's where you really tap into your strength, because that's where I am right now. Like, I've been there for the last couple of years, say from like 20 again, when that babe died at 21. So going on 4 years, I will keep talking about that death. That death was the awakening of the new Rax.
Let's call it an awakening, because you say it, and I'm actually like, oh my god, that's really sad that girl actually left.
No, we're happy that babe died.
Okay, cool.
Because we'll be suffering till now if that babe didn't die. But the way I'm flourishing and enjoying myself, living la vida loca and shit.
Enjoying your summer.
Enjoying myself, doing up for summer loving.
Ooh.
Oh. And that's how Mary had a little layer. No, but yeah, once I really learned that, like, it's actually okay to let go of things, and I used to have this feeling like you have to hold on to things, and if things don't last forever, that means you're not worthy, or you failed. And I realized that sometimes, me where I am right now, if I marry, I have those 2 kids, I see mine just moving like a mad person, we'll tip out.
As I like, you never say never. Because life will humble you, mate.
I'm not interested.
It will humble you.
It's not even a never say never. This is my prayer to God. It's the same thing. Like, you see, this thing is like different people. Like, people are different. This is my prayer to God. You see how people are praying for Lamborghinis and houses. I'm praying that, God, don't make me have a baby before I'm ready in it. God, I beg you, if you know the man I'm gonna have kids for, it's gonna be a waste, man. Don't allow me to have kids for him.
I mean, I heard that one.
Like, there are bare prayers that I'm making, and I'm just like, it sounds like I also like, when I talk about this, people don't understand where I'm coming from when I say that I genuinely don't want to have more than 2 kids. I feel like on a mental level and like a mental health and well-being, maternal cravings don't come naturally to me, and we've had this conversation several times. Maternal cravings don't come naturally to me. Everyone used to say like, oh yeah, when you get into your 20s, mid-20s. I'm in my mid-20s now. I'm 25 this year.
Like, mid-20s they've come. I ain't feeling it.
I'm still not craving them. I don't brood. I'm not interested. I don't ever see myself ever brooding. I will most likely get pregnant.
But that's like, you can never say never.
It's highly unlikely. I'm not saying there's never say never. No, I'm not saying never say never. All I'm saying is it's highly unlikely. Because there are certain things about me that have changed. A lot of things have changed, but there's certain things that I've been saying. I remember when I was like 13, I was telling my mom, as soon as I get peace, I'm solo traveling. No one was listening to me. As soon as 19 came and I saved up that money, I was out. I was like, we're going.
So you're just thinking it's consistent. I've been saying this for a while now.
It's not even
the likelihood of it changing is quite slim.
And the thing is, it's not that I don't ever want to have kids. I think people don't get it. It's not like I don't see myself being a parent. It's just, I think as a person, having that level of responsibility, like, you see women, when I see women with like 4 or 5 kids, I'm like, am I going to be able to balance it and actually, like, I feel as though I would end up presenting my kids or parts of motherhood if I wasn't able to
also
have time for me
yeah.
and pursue things and my ambitions. And I don't want to, I want to be able to have kids to the extent that, like, still got time and energy to do things that I enjoy.
Yeah, I think if motherhood was like, some people are generally like born, it sounds dumb to be mothers, like they want to just be mums and that's it. So them having more than 2 kids or however many kids they have and just focusing on being a mother is what they like. But I guess I understand where you're coming from. Like, jokes aside, like, I get it. Like, mentally as well, like, I don't think motherhood is an easy thing. It's that baby's there for life.
And I think I will struggle with it specifically because I don't think maternal feelings come naturally to me. Like, caring feelings come naturally to me. I can care about people, but like, but anywho,
I mean, in that, I don't know what you said about like boundaries and stuff like that. I think for me, boundaries, it wouldn't even be romantic boundaries. Mine is more friendship and family. I feel like if you don't have boundaries with who you are friends with, it's not even people that you are friends with or who you have in your life, it's more people you add. They can just corrupt you because we don't get how impressionable we can be, or just if you're around like certain people that are doing a lot of things, how you might also take on those characteristics. I have a lot of friends that are quite ambitious, hardworking, which kind of spurs me to be like, you know what, like, you're not going to just be that friend that's just sitting there. Get up and do something as well. Whereas if I had friends that were just not doing anything, the likelihood of me doing something might not be as high. So that's just how I take it. Like, surround yourself in good company and don't be around people that don't align with what you want.
Yeah.
Not to say that you can't have friends for different things like enjoyment or relaxation or whatever, but for the most part, if somebody doesn't want to work, I wouldn't go and be friends with that person because it just wouldn't work out. Like, what would we talk about? Like, I'll be talking about work all the time.
And you're here doing.
Okay. Like, it wouldn't make it, like, you just
chilling.
We probably have similar interests. That's as far as it goes. Whereas, like, well-rounded conversations, you need, like, genuine, what's it called? Mutual things?
Mutual connection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what would you say, or how would you deal with somebody, like a friend that's taken advantage of you? Like, how would you set a boundary?
This is my bag. if you want familiar examples, friendship examples, romantic, I've got it all for you, baby.
Oh, okay.
So friendship. I had this friend. I generally give people like 3 chances.
Yeah, you do.
This is it. That's my cut-off rule. When it comes to romantic partners, it's less. But anybody outside of romantic, you get your 3 chances. The first time you do something, I'll let you know. Like, I'm very open. Like, I didn't like that. And I'll explain to you why I didn't like it and why I thought it was disrespectful. You do it again, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and I'll explain. That time I'm cutting you off. I'm not interested. Because at that point, you're doing it because you want to do it, and I don't need to argue with you.
They're doing it because they think you're allowing it. Like, good. Because you are allowing it because you gave them the 2 chances. They think, okay, you're going to keep allowing it. Not knowing, Donnie, you got only one life. You got one life left. By that
point, it's like, by that point, you know that, like, you've got one, you're on your last leg at this point. Like, and I'm the type that will tell you that we're no longer friends.
But then someone will think you're not being serious because people don't back their chat.
It's what it is. We'll live and we'll learn. Yeah.
Because it's like, I think with everybody, like, everyone to a certain level, we're all takers. We try not to think we are, but everyone takes and takes. So if someone's gonna give you a leeway, like you've given them 3 chances, they're gonna keep taking, thinking you're gonna give them more.
Because that's human nature.
Yeah, not knowing that, you're serious.
It ends like it ends, and the thing is, people forget that some people just don't have a conscience, because obviously you take, there are varying degrees of takers. Like, there'll be people that take, but they will be conscious to know that,
or they reflect on it. And start to feel bad and be like, let me revise my actions. Like, if you're kind of person that thinks about,
and make this relationship or whatever,
and if they think it's worth it.
Exactly.
If they think being your friend or being in your life is worth it, they'll put that effort to be like, you know what, I did this person wrong, let me rectify my actions.
But there's some people, they actually think it's worth it, but they're just not bothered.
And that's on their part. Then I think that's more them just not putting the work in themselves. And it's not everyone's like that. Not everyone is willing, is retrospective, introspective, whatever.
Literally, because I had somebody in my life where it was like right at the last, like, Dottie was doing the most, and I was like, really?
So you know what they say, you don't know what you have until it's gone. You're just gonna put in effort at the last minute. Yeah, go away. I don't have the time.
Because I'll ask you, and I'm the type of person that, like, in the period, I'm very, very fair with the amount of time that I give people. Because you have mistakes, and especially, like, I'm really practicing grace at the moment. That's
your thing. That's your season of grace. It's killing me, but keep going.
Yeah, like, I'm in my season of grace. I've been trying to just give people more grace, much more than they deserve. Just simply because, I'm growing.
We all make mistakes.
I'm a woman of God.
And you're back again with that. Okay.
I'm a woman of God. Stop trying to make the people believe that I'm not a woman of God.
I don't have to make them believe anything.
Woman of God.
I'm just responding. But I think different to you. I don't have free chances. I don't think I have a number of chances I give people. I think it's a case of I just know what I can and can't take. So I just can't take lies and I can't take disrespect. So everything else I can, and it probably sounds bad, but it's not like it's not that deep to me. Like, okay, you stole money from me. Let me finish. That is deep because you've disrespected me.
Okay.
But maybe you not returning my phone calls or you just being late, it's annoying.
Okay, I get that.
But I'll then have to think, okay, are you being disrespectful or is it just in your nature that you have bad timing? Yeah. Or are you just a busy person? Because I think I just have this thing of, I've been told a lot previously, not everything's about you. So I have to think, what is making that person do this? Maybe they're going through something. Maybe that's just how they are. Maybe they're busy. So I'll be like, you know what? They've done this to me. One, they might not be aware they done it to me. Two, they're aware they're remorseful. That's even better. Three, they have their own life going on. So whatever they done to me is quite minute because it's just not personal sometimes. But if you start to lie unnecessarily or disrespect me,
like the lies.
I won't even shout. I don't have it in me. Again, I'm a small babe. There's only so much that can come out. But you just sense the difference. I think once people sense the difference, that's when they start thinking, oh, what did you do? What did I do? And it's like, it's not the time for questions and answers. I'm not going to answer you. Because it might sound bad, like, oh my God, you're not giving them a chance to rectify it. But no, I did. You had no need to lie. And you had no need to disrespect. It's just two things.
Just come out and said, and this is the thing, like, sometimes I'll ask people, like, why did you do that?
I didn't want to hurt them.
Like,
I didn't think I could take it.
It was never that.
It's your own self. You didn't want to deal with the consequences. I feel like people that lie, big lies, I'm not saying white lies, like big lies, is for you. You don't want to deal with the backlash of having to tell that person whatever you have to tell them. So you thought lying would be easier. Not knowing when they find out the lie, but you've lied.
It's even going to be bigger.
Worse. Like, it's way worse. And you rarely can come from that. But again, in saying that, I think, for me, I don't like to hold things, like, grudges that much. So again, if someone has lied and disrespected me and they have been really sorry, probably will forgive them, but it won't be the same anymore unless, like, the work's been put in. So
the majority of the time, most people don't put in the work.
And that's fine. Not everyone's meant to be there forever, you know?
Exactly.
But again, I sound like a big softie, and it's probably because I am, but
you are,
definitely. It's just my nature, man.
Are you going to
Stop it. Stop it. But that's all I had on boundaries. It's not a long one.
Yeah,
anything else you'd like to say to the people?
Follow Racma's Kitchen.
Whoop, whoop. When do you serve? When do you cook? Where are you based? What do you make? What do you specialise in? How old are you?
I'm 24 years old, guys. I'll be 25 this year. I keep saying it, it's making me sick.
We got a midlife quarter life crisis coming up. Kidding, never.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 24.
Mm-hmm.
I'm located in East London, near London City Airport. I specialise in Afro-Caribbean food, black cuisines, basically.
The black cuisines, okie dokie.
Yeah.
You
I'm
serve
not
every
actually doing
Saturday?
teriyaki. Oh yeah, I sell every Saturday and Sunday. Probably looking to open up on Fridays as well soon.
Private caterings as well.
Private catering, private dinners, all of those. Sell cakes.
Oh.
All of that jazz.
My own personal baker. A birthday can't come round and Racma's not cooking a cake. Oh.
But yeah, that's me, innit? I find it so... I need to get better at talking
selling
about...
yourself.
Yeah,
when they ask you who you are, you got to give it in 30 seconds, they say.
Yeah.
You'll never know who you are.
I'm so bad at that.
Anyway, thank you for listening. Say bye to the people, Racma.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hi everyone, it's me again, Olivia. Thank you for listening. This has been the longest episode so far, so if you got to the end, thank you. I would have split this into 2, but I couldn't be bothered, so here you are, having 1 episode. But don't forget to share it with your friends if you like, comment, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.